Savage Dan, so it's good to finally get a chance to interview you again. What have you been up to? How's life treating you?
I've been alright, man. Busy February, busy boxing schedule. You know this, it don't stop, innit? It doesn't stop. So, yeah, more of the same. We're obviously at the big one today, you know. Like, this is the one that from last year, everyone, as soon as it was announced, knew, woo, this is the one, and we're now only 2 days away.
Hey, listen, it's a massive fight. Before we get into that, fortunately for you, you never had to eat your shoe. I thought it was a good fight.
It was a good fight. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
It was a fascinating fight rather than an all-action fight, because most of the action came from Chris Eubank.
Yeah.
I didn't eat my shoe in the end. And there was no calls for me to eat my shoe.
There was no calls for you to do it.
It was a big spectacle, though. It felt massive, but especially before the first bell went, it felt in the atmosphere felt big. But yeah, I suppose I'm never going to eat my shoe. What are you doing there, Spencer Oliver, just walking around trying to distract me?
Yeah, I've known Spencer a long time, great guy. Look, I think it was a great fight. I thought it was more one-sided than I thought it'd be.
Yeah.
But to be fair, Williams did a great job, put himself back into the fight.
Yeah, I mean, look, it was a shock knockdown. Couple of knockdowns actually in that first round, and then the second, I think he went down 4 times in the first 3 rounds or something like that. The crowd weren't expecting it. I wasn't expecting that. I thought we'd get, if there was going to be any early action, I thought it'd come from Williams, but Eubank nipped that in the bud. I thought Eubank did well to coast. He hurt his hand obviously, but after that, you know, I think he started to let Williams back into the fight.
Yeah.
Slightly, you know. I think he was still in control, but it certainly looked like, you know, Williams was nicking around.
It was a great fight. Where do you see those two going from here? I know Williams is with Probellum now.
Yeah. Who knows? Who knows where Williams goes from here in terms of what the level is? I mean, there's still a lot at middleweight domestically, you know, but I think he now needs to go back down. I mean, there's talks about him going up in weight, but I think he needs to prove himself again domestically against anyone at 160 or 168. I'm not sure what the decision will be there. Eubank, he's got to be looking at world honours.
Yeah,
he has to be, you know. Like, he will be on a quest to fight one of those champions, whether it's Murata, Golovkin, Charlo, you know. Lara's got a belt at 160, I think.
It does,
as well.
yeah.
It could be any of them. It could be any of them. But if you're Eubank, you don't want to waste any more time. You want to kick on.
Yeah, well, look, I wish them both well. It was a pretty good fight. And we have a massive fight on Saturday. I remember Khan and Brook, I think it was like July 2010. I met them both in the same week. I interviewed them both in the same week about that fight. That's how long it's been talked about, finally here, and I'm very excited. Talk to us about the main event.
It's a big fight, man.
Yeah.
It's a big fight. Probably the most 50-50 it's ever been as well. At certain points, I would have leaned towards Amir. Other times I would have leaned towards Kel. Now I'm bang in the middle, and I'm not even trying to be diplomatic. I'm bang in the middle. I'm on the fence. I'm not sure who wins. I'm expecting an exciting fight, you know. And to be fair, you know, we've seen the undercard presser. I think we might even see some fireworks at the presser between Khan and Brook. So I'm expecting excitement. The atmosphere is going to be rocking. There won't be an empty seat. But what I will say is, I have a prediction. The prediction is not who's going to win, but I have a prediction that Amir starts fast and starts well. Brook claws it back, and then it's the home stretch, and that's where I don't know what happens.
That's interesting. Tell us about some of the other fights on the bill. Obviously, you got Vidal Riley, who's a very experienced amateur.
I like Vidal, man. I think he's a good fighter. He's got a reputation for being a YouTuber because he's been around on the social media circuit. But he can fight. You know, I said it to him yesterday when I saw him after the public workout. I said, listen, like, you can fight. Like, you can fight. We need to change the narrative around him because he's a fighter first. You know, we heard him say it up there as well. Look good, look sharp. You've obviously got the Azim brothers. They're hunting for world glory. You've got Natasha Jonas, third time at trying for a world title. I'm hoping, I'm proper praying that she does it this time. That's not an easy ask though, because Namas is big, she's strong, she's comfortable at that weight. You're jumping up 3 weight divisions. We all know weight divisions are there for a reason. And yeah, you know, it's going to be a good night.
And look, to me, I think it's a great fight for Tasha. I'm a huge fan of her. And I'm not just saying, it's not because I've got a crush on her or anything. You know, someone said that to me before. Yeah, I've got a massive, a massive fan of Natasha Jonas. Tell me about some of the women's fights that you can see happening this year on Sky Sports.
Including her?
Yeah, including her or anyone else as well.
Well, Natasha Jonas, once she wins the world title, I wonder if she stays and campaigns at 154. So I think that will be a big part of it. You know, the direction that she chooses to go in will, I'm guessing, depend on how comfortable she feels up at 154 and then who the potential fights up there are. It's obviously not her weight division.
No.
You know, so you might not want to campaign up there. You might want to come back down, wait for titles to become available lower down the weights. Obviously, you're looking at Savannah Marshall, Claressa Shields. That's the biggest fight in women's boxing, if you ask me.
Probably,
It is. By the time that happens, it will be absolutely huge. Especially given the little bit of drama after the fight in Cardiff.
Everyone
so
saw that.
it's a big fight. You know, women's boxing's on the up. Savannah Marshall for me is probably the pick of the bunch, but it's 50-50 split between her and Claressa Shields.
Cool, yeah, I agree. But I think Savannah will win. She hits harder. But yeah, we'll see what happens. And last question for today.
Yeah.
When people talk about boxing politics, in your experience, what does that actually mean?
It means all the inner workings, all the moving parts, and that could be anything between promoters, broadcasters, management companies, money.
Yeah.
It's everything. That when people say boxing politics, it means that, you know, there is some kind of, you know, negotiation that needs to be had between either this and them or whatever it is, but something that needs to be ironed out. And it's boxing politics, you know. It stops fights being made, stops people being friends, creates enemies.
Yeah, I've noticed. But yeah, it's a pleasure talking to you, and we'll see how things go in future.